Now, my colleague Getachew and his team is going to talk about how teacher development programs helped in bringing changes into the ELT field. Thank you.
Okay, it's a great deal just to listen about the change from leaders. I think it's just a big thing that we're listening from leaders. If leadership has something just in contributing towards the change, how about teachers? What's working in the area of ELT, especially on teachers developing themselves? Myself and my team, we're going to share our experiences on teachers' role in developing themselves and by far contribute to the development of the teaching learning process. We have different cases, so we present them one by one. We will see individual cases, the collaboration between individuals and institutions for teachers' development, and you will see also the local and national level collaborations for teachers' development to contribute to the teaching learning process. I'll present the first case, calling it teacher-initiated teacher development, an individual case that really depends on an individual experience. It's just my own experience, actually, but I'm telling you what happened with my friend. We have the Addis Ababa English Language Teachers Association back in Ethiopia, which lasted for more than 7 years. It was actually English Language Teachers Network. It was a sort of network, and now it's grown to a regional association. And a friend of mine is a primary school teacher, and this is his case. Recently, at the middle of the year, he got a job, and that job is in an international school, which practically is well paid and a good privileged job. However, look at the second case. He faced with extraordinary students' behavior than his experience, and the other problem that he faced is some inappropriate student book. And this, especially the second two, were really his strong challenge. And he decided to share it with friends there, with the Addis Ababa English Language Teachers Association. And we often meet on Saturday mornings to discuss issues for our personal development. And he came, and it's just sort of individual and informal chat, and says, guys, I am in a terrible problem. You know what happened to me, he said. And I go into a class, and suddenly a student stands up and he said that, do you know why the previous teacher was fired? It's just because he says nonsense, and if you say nonsense, you will be fired. And, you know, he was just with eye wide open, and he said, I couldn't do anything. And then he tried to manage that one, and he went to the student book, and the students are quite familiar with it. It's just well below their level. And it was challenging. And to be honest with you, with us, and even to share it with you, his real concern was really securing the job, because it's very difficult for a teacher to get a job at the middle of the year. That was a critical thing, and we start to share things. The tips, I remember one of the tips that a student gave, a teacher, one of us gave him, was that, why don't you try this, just give the students a kind of placement test and see where they are. If you know where they are, you can adapt some kind of classroom lesson. You can adapt your classroom lesson just based on that. Then I think you can also deal with the disciplinary problem in that way. And I can tell you that it was just simply an informal chat, but it really captures my attention. Then we just simply go into our places, and the next week, a friend of us came and says, guys, thank you, Ma, Kat. It's really, really unbelievable what happened to me. And I did give them on Monday a placement test, and the next day I tried to arrange my lesson, and it's really working. On Tuesday, I have found something different. I developed a confidence that I can share my problem with my colleagues, with my peers, and get something. And the next thing is that, and maybe the bottom line, the most important thing is that I secured my job. It's just a big deal for me now. And I observe also student satisfaction in classroom activities and engaging outside classroom activities. And now I understand that I can handle difficult circumstances in classroom. So this is really a wonderful opportunity for me to share with you. I have actually the complete story of this testimonial in my blog. And it's just a very interesting thing that I'd like to share it with you. So what I observe in this case, or from this case, is that teachers can work towards controlling their own professional development, and they can use their opportunities to develop themselves, and even it can work, really. Now I would like to invite Awgichew, and he will share us about teachers' collaboration with the institutions and how it's working. Thank you very much.
Okay, to add up to what Getachew said, this is how the session went in that association, and individual teachers were sharing their experience on Saturdays. And now we'll move to the next session, which is about training at Adama Science and Technology University. So Getachew told us the individual perspective. Now we'll see from the institutional perspective. So who identifies teachers' gap? Teachers identify their gaps in collaboration with the university. So here, teachers are the main who are acting for their professional development. But the university supports them in terms of facilitating the need analysis by, like, for example, in what areas you need professional development, by hiring instructors, by, like, arranging venues, facilitating the work schedule. Then the main point here, what we can see is that teachers are more responsible and more motivated to take part in the training. So what were the results or the impact? It lets teachers to have a close relationship among themselves and between the university. And for example, like if we take trainings like e-learning or e-teaching, it led the teachers to conduct their courses online beside the face-to-face classroom session. So it facilitates blended learning. And as a result, teachers felt that their teaching has improved, and we have witnessed practical evidences. And as a result, students get the benefit out of this teachers' development program among the institution level. So what lessons learned at this level is this way of training teachers is successful, which means like teacher-initiated training done university or institutional directed kind of training, then it's become replicated and other trainings in the university are being hosted in the same way, which means like asking the teachers what they need, in what areas they need professional development. And here, the main point is that teachers need to play the leading role in their professional development. Here are some of the testimonials that we can see. Teachers attending the training, doing some courses on the computer, producing their courses online, and finally graduate on that aspect. But the main point here is that the training doesn't end here. They take it further and they start giving their courses online, and they make their students become much more successful. So what we can see is that teacher-initiated, institutional supportive, kind of supported trainings are much more successful. Now we'll move to the Venezuela case. Thank you.